Hello, beautiful people. So, welcome today's edition. This is the very first edition of Mama's First Mondays. And the reason I'm doing this, you guys, is because I want to make sure that I am giving you tips that you can actually take through your week and actually start putting you first. Because let's just be honest, it's not very easy putting ourselves first, especially since we've already been conditioned to put everyone else first. Speaking of which, there's a song that's on Turning Red, and in that song, he talks about how he's always putting her first, and it's funny because all the songs from the '90s were kind of about everybody putting everybody else first, which is kind of crazy. But how is it that we have been conditioned to put everyone else first and put ourselves last, and no one has really taught us to put us first? Because the only way that you can truly be who you need to be for someone else is to truly be who you are. So, in order for us to be good moms to our kids, of course, is for us to be good to ourselves. So, I am here to give you the permission to be good to yourself by putting yourself first. So, there's a problem that I would love to actually, I guess, give you guys a solution to. And the problem is having no time for yourself. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is not going to give you a ton of time, and it may not be easy at first, but it is going to help you reclaim some of your time. And this is something that I have been using for maybe a week or two. And you guys, I love it. It's simpler than I imagined. But here's the difference though. My kids, my younger kids are what, 5, 6, and 9. So they can kind of understand a little bit differently. So if you have younger kids, this may work for them, but you may actually have to ask this question to an adult that can help you. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But my older child is different. She doesn't always barge in. But if you have older kids that actually barge in, you could actually use this for them too. And I think it will work very well. So here's the solution. Well, first off, here's the story. Me and my kids went to a water park, what, maybe a week or so ago, and I was hopping in the wave pool with them. And even though I can swim and float, I decided, hey, I'd rather have on a life jacket. So this floating thing, I don't have to do much. I was being a little lazy, right? Which is fine. But so while I was trying to put on a life jacket, here they are asking me for help. Mama, help, mama, help, mama, help. I'm like, hey, is it okay if I have some of my time right now? Is it okay if I help me right now? And you guys asking that question, they just looked at them like, wait, yeah, it's okay for you to have some of your time, because oftentimes when we don't stand up for what we need or talk or make it clear what we need, what's going to happen is we will not get it. So I promise you guys that on these Mondays, I'm going to keep it short, and I try to do it at this time where I'm living because in my neck of the woods, it is evening. Most of you moms are off work. You can watch this. But the beautiful thing is, you have everything you need to put you first. And I am here to help you do it. So, one more time, ask this. Now, you can ask this to your kids, you can even ask it to an adult. So, if there's an adult there and you have just been all over the place, you can say, hey, look, I'm tired. Is it okay if I have some of my time now? And if they are an understanding person, then they would say yes. And your kids, they will get it because sometimes you have to ask your kids something on their level. Even the older ones, like I'm just going to give you guys an example. So, when I was a teacher, a high school teacher, my students would come in my classroom and they would just start moving my desk around. And I would say, hey, you know what? I don't go in your house and rearrange your furniture. I would like if you don't come in my house and rearrange mine. I mean, in my classroom and rearrange my furniture. And it's interesting because what they would do is they would kind of look and they'd be like, oh, sometimes you just have to give things to people where they can understand it. So the solution for the week is to ask, is it okay if I have some of my time? Is it okay if I help me first? Because I want you all to help yourselves first. And when you do this, I know that your life and your family's life is going to level up. And guess what? I will see you all next Monday for Mama's First Monday. Keep putting yourself